You'll never try to be disciplined again after hearing my story. Because when I was younger, I was probably where you are right now. I thought that if I just had a little bit more discipline, everything else would be fine. You see, I thought if I could force myself harder every single day, it would eventually get easier. Because I watched all these gurus screaming at me to grind hard and set crazy goals that I couldn't achieve at all. And to brute force my way through every single habit until I became someone different. And for a couple of days, it would work. But then I would crash. Every single time something went wrong, for example, I missed a workout or a missed habit, or simply just not a fully done morning routine, the whole thing would collapse. You beat yourself up, you feel worse. And it's because you listen to these gurus who tell you, make sure it's hard. But that's the thing, it doesn't get more easier, it just gets more exhausting. And if that sounds like you, bro, I need to let you know that nothing's wrong with you. You're not alone, I went through this. So here's something that I learned that I wish somebody told me that would have saved me hours of me thinking that I'm wrong, hours of me making the same mistake over and over again, and would have had the journey be so much more easier and sustainable. You see, this isn't about your character or your discipline or your lack of willpower. What this is about is physics. Think about it, an object in motion stays in motion. When your brain's kind of like that, your brain loves to take the path of least resistance. But the thing is, every single day you're fighting against that. Right here, this is you, and the path of least resistance is doing what? Pushing down this boulder, which is scrolling, gaming, everything that stops you from pushing the boulder up. And pushing the boulder up is the things that you want to do. You want to be disciplined, which is gym, studying, and any other personal habits you want to do. You see, you unknowingly have made the good things the hard thing, and the bad things the easy thing. You see, there's this biological thing called decision fatigue. And what it simply states is that the more that you have to make a high quality decision, such as going to the gym, studying, the productive things you need to do, the lower the quality of the decision gets. And as it gets lower and lower, it allows your brain to hijack it and put you back where you are. You see, and this ties into the willpower, because the more that you have to force yourself to make the high quality decision every single day, your battery is going to decrease more and more. The winning version of you doesn't use willpower. What he uses is systems that allows the good things that he needs to do, productivity, gym, studying, or whatever, to become the easiest thing he can do. This is activation energy, and this is the friction required for you to start doing the bad habits versus the good habits. You see, what we're going to do is we're going to jack up the friction for the bad ones, and then we're going to decrease the friction for the good ones. But because the friction for the good ones has been this high for so long, that's why it feels impossible for you to keep continuing to use all this activation energy to force yourself to do them. So what's the fix? Because we know it's not to be more disciplined with willpower, because that never lasts. The fix is making success the lazy option. The fix is about building your system that works for you. For example, if you're always doom scrolling with your phone in the bed, before you go into bed, put your phone in charge across the room, because I promise you that tiny bit of friction of thinking I have to go across the room to doom scroll is a lot bigger than your willpower to not scroll in bed when your phone's right there. And about making the good things feel easy. If you're always working out late or never finding time of like, when should I work out, the fix is simply getting your gym clothes ready the day or the night before, so when you come home from school, work, wherever it is, as soon as you look eyes with your gym clothes and you remember your past self set this up for you saying you can win, you already know there's go mode and you'll go do your workout. You see, because once you set up the system that works for you, every day becomes automatic. You see, during this there are going to be a few stages, but maybe something goes off course, maybe you forgot to get your gym clothes ready. And the great thing about that is that because you're not always using your willpower, you're going to have a barrage of willpower ready. Just use it for this little bit here. You see, this is about removing the friction in the right places and putting that same friction in the bad places. Because out of all of the versions of you in the multiverse, the version of you that actually wins is the version of you who can stay in the game for the longest amount of time. And using that exact same system, this is where I'm at, where I can have the exact same Xbox that I used to be addicted to playing COD, Fortnite, everything like that, in my exact same room. I even still have the same control of the control freaks on it, but I'm not addicted. And it's not because I'm more disciplined or anything like that. It's simply because when I know that I have to unplug my laptop from the monitor to plug in my Xbox, I realize I'm unplugging the part of me that knows that I should be here making these videos to stop guys like you fall into these guru self-improvement that force you to just run yourself over in the same cycle again and again. So if you're a young and ambitious guy who's ready to hear more self-improvement advice for someone who's actually went through it, you know what I'm saying, subscribe or not, I'm not your dad at the end of the day, so I can get loose now, you know what I'm saying, it's the end of the video. If you want to join the journey up to 1,000 subs and 1,000 guys in the community who are just like you, who actually understand the biological side behind why you're not productive or why you aren't how you want to be, you know what I'm saying, subscribe, join the